All right, everybody. So we're going to go through and we're going to discuss the end of the year checklist. So we updated the end of the year checklist last year, and of course, we're going to continue to do that each year. So I want to go through a few things, though, about some other documentation that's very beneficial for our districts. So if you've been in any of my sessions that I've done at Interchange or user groups, I always talk about the Quick Reference Card Guide. So we call them QRCs. That might be something that'll catch your attention, but the Quick Reference Guide that is linked in this PowerPoint presentation, you will see all of our reports and what that report is going to do to help you ensure that your data is up to date and ready to roll. Especially down in our checklist, you'll see several of the QA reports that will pull and identify possible data quality issues. So just keep that in mind. Also, we have a list of all of our state published ad hoc filters. This document is awesome for you to use if you're ever needing to build an ad hoc and you don't want to start from scratch. Go out, do the control find, enter in a couple topic words, and have it search for those words on the document. More likely, there is an ad hoc out there already for you that you can tweak to be a little more specific, but start there before you start diving in to make an ad hoc that you're wanting to find, maybe some bad data, some misquality quality data elements. All right, so from here, I am going to switch over and share my screen, and we're going to do a little walkthrough of our checklist. So just a reminder, you can find our checklist on our KSIS other page. So education.ky.gov, do a quick search for KSIS, and then on the other page is where you'll find our Kentucky end of the year checklist document. So as you go down through here, remember I've already talked a little bit about the quick reference guides and then the state reporting ad hoc that we have, but also we have a link to our Kentucky report submission document. This document will let you know what needs to be submitted, what may be pulled, and also who you need to contact if you have questions about these reports. So when you're looking at this document, you can see that the state report is at risk. The date it's due, June 30th. Does that mean that's the date you start cleaning up the data? No. You want to make sure you have that data cleaned up well before that date. It'll tell you how the data is going to be submitted. So for this at risk, it'll be pulled and then verified by districts. And if you have any questions, the email to the contact is hyperlinked. So Samantha Engstrom is the contact for that risk. Very quickly, you can click here and be able to ask that question about this reports that needs to be submitted. So this is a great document. We update it quite often and make sure it's up to date with the latest data source contact, because if you need help, we want you to get to the person that can help you best. So keep this. I don't know if you want to bookmark it or print it, but just keep this in the back of your mind. Again, you can find that report submission for the 22-23 school year on our end of the year checklist. All right, so let's dive in. So what we've done is we've broken the checklist down into different sections. So we have calendar, student enrollment, we do enrollment cleanups, and then we go down even further into end dating and adding your end status for your seniors, all those lovely transcript reminders, grade reports that Sarah talked to us about in transcripts. And from then we do go into the state reporting information and what reports you can use to verify your data quality is set. So how this document is meant to be used is, of course, you have the done column, and we all like to check things off. As you finish it, check it off. That way you know you're good to go. But the task is next, we have included all of the hyperlinks. So we know we have several new people out in our KSIS system admin worlds. So we try our best to ensure that you have all the information at your hands to help you be successful. So if you click on the link, it will open up into our campus community. So from campus community, you can read through the document. It shows you step by step what you need to do. Now, if you are a new cases person and you're not quite sure you're ready to do this in your live site, you have your sandbox. If you don't know how to access your sandbox, you can submit a case to campus to get more information, or reach out to another sysadmin that's close to you, or I could help you as well. Try to find that sandbox site. So remember, in the playground world, when you were little, you always went to the sandbox to play around. That's exactly what this site is for. It's for you to get comfortable using these tools in your live before you do any of your live sites. So just remember, use your campus community, use that sandbox if you're new to this role and you're doing the having to process these tools for the first time. So once you've gone through the documentation, we then give you the path of where you're going to do it. So for now, we still have the classic look written out. So system administration, calendar wizard. So I have up our scrambled site. So just briefly, system administration, calendar wizard. Always take a moment to read the information that campus has provided you. A lot of it is the same wording that you get from campus community, but take a moment to read it. As you click the buttons, again, the screens will change. Read that information. And this is a great way to go back to this document, click on Calendar Wizard, and you can read the information about what is about to take place as you press each of these buttons. I hope this is making sense to you. So once you've actually done the process, you've clicked the buttons and you are rolled forward your calendar. How do you know you've done it correctly? That's always the question. Did I do it right? So you can then look at your reports to figure out, I truly did it correct. So we have our calendar edit reports and then the calendar summary report. All the hyperlinks under the data quality reports actually take you to the quick reference card, the QRC. So this will actually explain the purpose of the report, what is happening, who to contact if you have questions. Again, the data steward is listed here, and then you have more information and actual examples of those reports. So you can actually run the report and see if it is matching kind of what is on the QRC. So that's the design and the layout of our end of the year checklist. So as you're processing this, we have lots of people who are responsible for different portions of the end of the year. So you can take this document, you can print it out or turn it into open it up in PDF and actually put who's responsible, or you could put comments there. I was able to roll forward my high school and 2 middle schools, not able to roll forward my elementaries, waiting on a specific reason. So that's why we have that last column for you. So as we move through, we have updated this document, and I appreciate Jameson hopping in last minute to help explain the calendar wizard, cleanup wizard, new features. But we've added in that you can use the calendar wizard cleanup to delete those future enrollments of students that left you this current school year. You can also use that calendar cleanup wizard to update your state attribute roll forward categories. That's your SPED, anything on that enrollment roll forward, your resident district roll forward. So if you had a student that you had rolled forward that calendar that was in a different district than they are currently going to school, and they move. So they come into the district that they're enrolled. You can use that to enrollment cleanup wizard now to update that information in that future enrollment. So just a couple other tidbits as you're going through. Again, I told you we broke it down into each different section. A lot of your grades reports, your posted grades, transcripts are going to be done by someone other than you. So just pulling out that old sysadmin of when I was the system admin, even though my missing grades report assignment was assigned to someone at each of my schools, it takes just a moment to run the report to verify that, yes, it is truly all of the grades have been posted, especially when you're getting into posting those high school transcripts. And I know districts use post-grade transcripts for elementary and middle too. So use that built-in campus report. But as you're making your way through, even though you've assigned it, it doesn't hurt to spot check to make sure that it's been done efficiently and to the right way. Want to touch a little bit about the end of the year report submission because there's more detail on our Kentucky state reporting area. So, as Josh was talking earlier this morning about making sure you've submitted your current year amended calendar before you submit your SAR, if you ever want to have more information about that, you can use this document to take you right to the amended calendar information that has been posted. So this document hopefully will save you time from having to search every little area of the KDE website. We've tried to pull it all into one document. From here, again, you have your calendar report. We have the path for you, and then we also have for you the campus community documentation. So this doesn't specifically have a quick reference card, but we have a campus community document to help you process this information. You can use our checklist to go directly to that, be able to read the information, what buttons you need to click to make sure that your calendar is set and ready to go. So it even goes into the type of overriding your NIT instructional minutes. That information is always there, but then there's a reminder that you have questions about that, reach out to someone at KDE to get more information. Okay, your reports are listed again for your data quality, but I just want to stop right here real quick on our English learner end of the year report. So our QA English learner report was designed specifically to meet the needs for your end of the year reporting. It has errors that are built in. So if you're working with your EL coordinator, run the report, verify that the information is correct. Double check the counts prior to when that information is going to be pulled by KDE to ensure your funding is at a maximum. So use the especially the QA reports to make sure you have all of your data in and that your counts are correct before that information is submitted or pulled. So moving on down, health reports, there's lots of health information that's pulled. This link takes you directly to the health page of Infinite Campus. And so you can look here and then get some more information. So that's what we've done with this document. We've tried to make it as easy as possible and get you the information that you need at this time and at this moment. So I know I kind of joked when I was looking at the end of the year report submission, it's due June 30th. Make sure you start cleaning that data up prior to that date. This is the time of the year. I know it's crazy this time of the year because get ready for assessments. You're getting ready to close out the school year. But remember, a lot of these people who are responsible for this data, their last day of school, they may have 2 or 3 days after, and then they're gone for the summer. So your best interest to start looking at this data now so you can reach out to get help before possibly the end of the year. All right, Dee Dee, do we have any questions, anything else that I should cover?
We have two questions. One of them might have been a carryover from the last, but you might be able to answer it, so I'll just go ahead. And if you can't, we'll just get an answer later. What does not yet met requirements mean exactly? Does that mean we have gone in and put retained on the current enrollment and it will change their grade level for the next year's enrollment?
Not met requirements basically means for our high school students, a lot of, not necessarily Kentucky, but if they don't meet their requirements, a certain amount of English credits, math credits, so they don't meet the requirements to move on to the next grade level. So you would mark that student retained and then update its grade level to be the current grade level that they were this school year.
Next question is, this is similar to a standards question we've recently gotten a number of times. I have the KDE submission guide printed. Is a notification sent out when this is updated?
Well, we can do that. We'll start adding it to our KSIS newsletter. I know we're going to try something new with our data standards to let everybody update and know that. So maybe we include that in that portion of our newsletter, but we will do better and make sure that as soon as it's updated and out there, we'll put something out into our KSIS newsletter for that notification.
Great. And we do it, we do always have the upcoming reporting at the end of the newsletter too. So keep in mind that kind of gives you a heads up again, as far as what reports are going to be done. You may not have any responsibility for them, but it's on there because we want you to be aware that we're going to be pulling your data. And so when we pull your data, we're assuming it's correct. So that's kind of, these things, these guides and these notices are just kind of your heads up that, hopefully the data is clean, because we are required to report that to the federal government, and we have to do that at different times during the year. Well, thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. We have one more. I saw that we no longer use extra year in primary. Do we mark a student in grades K through 3 staying back as retained?
So you will go on and mark your student to be the current grade level that they need to be in. So the extra year primary report is a new report under KDE reports that you can run to see how many students it took, 5 years to complete their primary timeline. So you still mark them as retained to show that their grade level is the grade level that they're in. I'm pretty certain I'm correct on that, but I can follow up and put exact wording on that on our Q&A.
Okay, thank you.